Here we have for sale our 2012 on a 61 plate Mercedes Vito Sport. This is the 116, which means it's got 163 brake horsepower, compact dual liner. And what we're going to do in this video is have a little walk around. I'll show you the spec which is on this particular vehicle. We'll also talk a little bit about the condition as well, seeing as it is currently available for sale at the time of recording as well. So starting at the rear of the vehicle, you can see that this one has been specced with barn doors. What I mean by that are two doors which open in this direction as opposed to a tailgate which would be one door which comes up like so. You can see that the barn doors are glazed, so you've got two windows in those, which is great because it gives you that visibility out to the back as a driver and a bit of extra light into the rear there. Just a note on condition, you can see that there is some small marks here on the glass from what looks like possibly a stone has caught under the rear wiper at some point in its life. And then just looking at the paintwork and things here at the rear, as I say, you can see here the Sport badging, giving you the model derivative. And in terms of condition, I mean, of course, it is a 9-year-old vehicle, so there are a few little hairline marks here or there. I don't know if you can pick anything up there on the camera, but there's a couple of small little marks just there. And you, of course, certainly on the rear doors, this is a sort of a high traffic area, so there's a very small little pin dent just there. You know, a couple of minor little hairline marks, but all in all, a very presentable vehicle. And then the rear bumper, again, same sort of story. There are a couple of hairline marks there on the rear bumper, and a note on that, you have got rear parking sensors there as well. You can see that there is a bumper protector on top of there also, and as I say, you've got the rear wipers there on the rear doors. If we open the back up here, you'll see when you open it, you've got this little arm just here. If you pull on that arm, you can then open the door up to its 180 degree position like so. You can do exactly the same with the other door as well, so you can open these both right out to 180 degrees like this, and that gives you maximum accessibility then into the rear of the vehicle if you're going to load in here with a forklift, or just, as I say, maximum accessibility then into the back. Also on the dual liner Sport, you get all this is called comfort trim, so it's all this plastic comfort trim here which covers all the metal work of the vehicle. This sound deadens the vehicle a lot compared to just a normal panel van, and as you can see, being a factory dual liner as well, you get the proper headlining which goes right the way through the vehicle, and again all of this comfort trim here on the pillars as well. You've got a nice hard wearing plastic floor. You have got some tie down points here in the rear as well, and of course, as I mentioned, this is a 9-year-old used vehicle, so there are some signs of wear in the back of here, but certainly not the worst I've seen. It's very presentable. Previous owner of this vehicle was not a builder or anything like that. I believe they were a personal trainer, I believe, so probably just carrying some gym equipment and things like that in the back. As we then move down the passenger side of the vehicle, we can have a look down here, have a look in the reflections, and it's actually relatively straight and clean here looking down the side. There are a couple of very minor, again, little pin dents there. I don't know if you can pick those up, but just around this little area here, that is being quite critical, to be honest with you. A small little pin dent just there. And a lovely thing on this particular example is, say, this is a Sport, but I've spoken to Mercedes, and when this vehicle was new, it actually had what's called the Brabus performance kit fitted to it from brand new. And what that includes is all of the usual Brabus styling, Sport X styling that you would get on one of those vans. So that includes these lovely diamond cut 18-inch alloy wheels. We've just had these fully refurbished as well, so all four wheels have just been fully refurbished, so there's no curbing marks or anything like that on any of the alloys, so they're very, very nice. You also get the chrome sidebars. This one has got the roof bars, and this had some sidebars fitted on there as well. And probably most noticeable is this very, very smart Sport X front bumper as well, which is, as I say, been fitted from new as well. So all in all, that does give the van a really, really nice look, especially in the black, as I'm sure you'll agree. And you have the badging then to match it as well. So you've got the Brabus badging just there. If we have a look at the alloy wheels. Just down here at the bottom of the alloy wheels there, you can see the Brabus badging down there, the Brabus B in the centre cap. The centre caps are corroded a touch, but as I say, again, as to be expected with any centre caps of this sort of age. If we then open up the near side loading door, you have got twin glazed side loading doors on this van, but if we open that up, we can then have a look at the rear seats just here. So dual liner seats are very, very versatile. Reason I say that is because you can use these little controls here. So you have one on each seat, one on every one there. And what that gives you access then to do is you can actually recline the seats. So if you pull on that there, you can recline them back like that. So the passenger can obviously adjust it to their needs. And then you can then as well fold the seats right down like so. And you've got a nice armrest there, which is on a ratchet as well. But you can fold each seat down individually like this to give you, as I say, more flexibility. If you could, you could put something on the top of this. There's a nice hardware in plastic to the back of these seats, so you could load something to the back. And then the other thing you can do, there's a little arm just down here at the back of the seat, just here. If you pull on that, you can then flip the seats up, just like so. As you can see, I've done that whole process just with one hand, so it's very, very easy to do. And again, you can do exactly the same with that double bench just there. So you can flip all of the seats up, and then you can use the quick release bar, which is just there. You can pull on that and then remove the seats altogether. So as I say, it gives you lots of flexibility that you can, if you wanted to, you could just have two seats in the back of here. This single seat does use the double as an anchorage, so you can't just leave the one on its own. But you can just take the one out if you wanted to. So if you had something longer that you wanted to load down this side, you could take this one out, load something longer in there. As I say, you could fold all the seats down. You can even get beds which go over the back of those. So it just gives you lots of options. And as I say, I think versatility is the word that sort of springs to mind with these. And as I say, because you can recline them as well, you've got adjustable headrests, so plenty of comfort here in the rear and with the armrests as well. You've also got the opening window, so both side windows open, and as I say, with the full headlining in the back of here, it just gives it much more of a car-like feel. So if we shut the door, we'll open up the passenger door here, and we're going to gives you a first look then in the front of the cab. Having a look at the door card. Door card is actually in relatively good condition. Again, you are going to get, of course, a couple of little marks here or there, but all in all, very, very presentable indeed. Very nice as well on the front of these vans, because these are the sort of captain style seats in the front. They've both got an armrest, which makes them very comfortable to travel in, and you've got nice adjustability as well then on the passenger seat. Sorry about that. That will be fixed, that little bit of trim just there. That just clips back on the top there. And then looking around the rest of the van here, looking at the dashboard, all in very good order here. On top of the dashboard, a couple of little marks here to the glove box. And then if we continue then to go around the front, looking at the front end of the van, it does look to be in very, very good order. Of course, again, you are going to get a couple of little stone chips here or there, but certainly nothing serious there by any stretch of the imagination. And then if we jump into the driver's side here, we can have a look at the spec here in the driver's side. So again, same adjustability here. I'm sure that one won't be falling off, hopefully. And then we look on top of the driver's door, we've got electric windows, electric mirrors. You can see we've got two full remote keys with the vehicle as well. Looking at the mileage, 71,856 miles. Lovely leather multifunctioning steering wheel. We've got the radio controls here on the right hand side. You can also answer and hang up the phone. And then on the left hand side, this is where you can control the onboard computer, which is just up there in front of you. If you turn the steering wheel over to the left hand side, you've got cruise control and a speed limiter just here. And as you can see, the vehicle is running at the moment and there's no warning lights or anything like that on the dashboard. Being a sport model, plenty of spec in here, as I say, along with things like multifunction wheel, cruise control. You also get air conditioning, which is very, very nice indeed. You've got a heated rear window. That rear glass, that is all heated. You've got lights in the rear as well, in the headlining. Looking at the radio as well, you've got the CD player here. You can of course connect your phone to this via Bluetooth as well, and you've got that 6-speed manual gearbox to go along with 163 brake horsepower engine. Bit of wear to the leather of the gear stick, which, as I say again, to be expected for a vehicle of this age. One very nice feature on top of the dashboard, you've got these little screens here, and what they are parking sensor indicators. So as you're reversing, lights will appear on here, and the more lights that you get, that will show you how close you are to an object. So you get 2 for the rear, and then that one then is for the front as well. So lots of lots of warning there for when you're parking. Nice space in between the 2 front seats as well, and you've also got a bit of extra storage here. You've even got some vents here in the floor. So as I say, lots and lots of spec on this being a Sport. We've also got service history with this vehicle. It was just recently serviced in 2021, and that was at 71,000 miles. And of course it will be going through our workshop as well before it leaves us for things like that. A little bit of plastic trim on the passenger seat. I can assure you that will be fixed. What a blooper that will be. That's one for you being framed. And of course it will be coming with our own warranty as well, which is for 3 months or 5,000 miles. We can also take cars or vans in part exchange as well, so we'd love to hear from you with anything that you may have to offer us. Please feel free to give us a call on either of the numbers which are listed there. We can also arrange finance. We specialise in finance as a motor dealer. We do a lot with our finance companies that we work closely with. Rates as low as 7.9% APR, so very, very competitive, and all range, a large range of credit profiles are also accepted. Thank you very much for watching.